Hi, everyone. My name is Paul Jarvis, and sorry about that. My topic for our final exam is Agile Finance Strategy, Embracing the Future of Financial Management. Um, and instructors Dr. Lipsa and Course Finance 300. We'll jump into the agenda here. My introduction. I'll start with my introduction, and then my first slide will be focusing on what is Agile Finance, followed by how to build an agile finance strategy. Then into the third slide, which will talk about the steps CFOs should take to build agile finance, the agile finance function, and then our conclusion 3-2-1 learning style. So just to start, here's our introduction. Agile finance, I think, is not just a strategy, but a perspective of how one perceives a finance strategy within a business or financing as a whole. It tends to be more obviously on the not just agile is not just the option, but it tends to want to always continuously be moving towards a better way of conduct of conducting finance and accounting. Uh, it focuses on companies that want to anticipate financial risks, take advantage of opportunities, make more comprehensive decisions on a strategy, and it will help them make those decisions based on the dynamics of the future finance management function. Into our first slide. What is Agile Finance? As you'll see here, I hate putting big blocks of words and letters in there, so I figured having the layout in a graph form or a visual effect will be better for people to understand what Agile Finance encompasses. As we see here, it's always continuously improving, or in order to achieve Agile Finance, you have to continuously improve. It's very data-driven decision making. It's not what if or how is this going to happen. It's all data-driven. Um, it's cross-functional, which means that it operates on different levels that work together. It collaborates. It's very flexible and typically focuses on automation. So our continuous improvement, again, it's reviewing and optimizing the financial process, right? We're not staying in one place. We continuously trying to find out how we can make it better. That's the epitome of agility. Data driven, real time analytics that can inform the finances or the finance department to make their strategies better. Again, cross functional. We're cooperating with finance and other departments so that we can work together to build better outcomes. And then are being flexible, budgeting and forecasting, right? Forecasting is a big part of finance and accounting. Updating financial plans based on new information in the markets. That's a big one. How do we move forward if we don't see a way forward? And then obviously automation, using things like AI and robotics to help us build a better finance strategy and outcome. Like for example, I think it was the midterm, I had I had a project that included automation, and I'd use the example. If you go to the grocery store, very simple example, you go to the grocery store and you go to checkout. Um, yes, there is somebody there to help with like alcohol sales or cigarette sales, or maybe if you have an issue with a price. But for the most part, you're scanning, and there's a on that self checkout scanner, there is a bar that goes up the top that watches everything, and if it sees it's AI built, AI interpreted. So if it sees that you might not have scanned something, it will notify the operator or the person running the self checkout. That is automation, and that's what it looks like, and that's how it helps again streamlining tasks. And so instead of paying 5, 6, 7 cashiers, right, we're going to use these automated tellers just to streamline our products, which means to sell quicker, get people in, get people out, and we build a better finance. All right, on to the next, how to build an agile finance strategy. This one was a little difficult for me to understand just because it's very broad. And again, building agility is broad on its own. So one has to really find a way that works within their specific company or finance department or whatever. But this just really helps them give them it helps them give or it gives them a way a platform to know where to start. So obviously, with any type of building or trying to create something new, we have to define our goals. What does the future look like? Okay. Then we have to look at what's wrong with it now, right? So analyzing where can we improve based on the needs of your company or your business. And then, okay, here's our options, right? We can add this here, add this here. Then we implement that technology to see. Let's run it and see how it works. And then with that technology comes a lot of change. So you have to create a culture within your business or within your finance department that creates a collaborative culture. Everyone working together to fully understand it, to get it integrated, and to move forward. And then again, as I stated before, streamline budget and forecasting practices. So again, once we get the system down, we can streamline all these, get these done faster. That's what streamline means. Get them done more efficiently, and then we can closely monitor and make changes as the market or new technologies come out. And then at the end, we just ensure that teams are equipped with the skills we training, right, so that they can react to if things come up and we need to change. And then to the next step CFO should take to build agile finance function. Okay, so again, I'm not a CFO. This was more of a research topic. Some of these, obviously, one would guess, and it's very, very basic, I think. But again, what do CFOs really do, right? Think about that before you start trying to figure out how do they take an agile, how do they build an agile finance function according to to them, what it looks like at the hierarchy, at the top of the pole. And it's a very different picture from up there, from versus what at the lower level or in the finance departments or in the finance environments. So they believe we reduce reliance on Excel spreadsheets. Why? Because guess what? What do Excel spreadsheets not do? They don't forecast, right? They have the ability to they can add the numbers or focus the numbers quickly, but they don't have that built-in agility, right? So it's good to use them still, but don't fully rely on them. Fast track time value and cloud-based form. What that means is, excuse me, um, things that give you systems that create work. Okay, how do I say this? Systems that make work less time based, you're gonna want to focus on. So if you're able to find something that um, lowers the amount of time or lessens the amount of time that it takes for you to do that, um, optimize those. Make those more of the exception. Um, and again, cloud-based platforms. Look how much easier it is for us to use just in school to use Google Docs or Google Spreadsheets built right in, right? It can help all of us work together on one document without even being together in the same room. Okay, so using those cloud-based platforms are very important. And again, it helps with the next one, streamlining financial closeness, right? Financial closeness, things that are right there, things that you can get done faster, the easiest things. That's what that means. And then rolling forecast, it's just continue the strategies of continuous forecast. How do we make it better? How do we make it better? What does the picture look like? What does the picture look like? And then embrace digital technologies. We already seen that. So basically, everything in this slide is everything that we spoke about in the first and second, kind of all closed down into a smaller, smaller words. But basically, it's the same thing as we talked about in the last two slides about building what is an agility finance function or what is agile finance and how do we build it. And then into my 3-2-1 learning. So three of the things want that I learned from this was what agility means in finance. It's more of a broad term, like I said, but when one has the one can understand the moving parts as a strategy without actually seeing them, I think they can better understand what it means, which takes me into the parts that make up the agility in the finance function. So streamlining, right? Improvement, um, creating uh, better forecasting and budgeting, and automation. Those are the biggest ones I think really stuck out. and how to streamline parts of the finance sector to achieve this. So I just said that basically in one paragraph. And then two, what do these parts actually look like in a practical world as it pertains to application? So again, like I said, in order to achieve that, one has to really understand the non-practical part of it, or not non-practical, but the non-hands-on part of it, to really understand what it looks like in a practical world as it pertains to the application, which means doing. And then where do CFOs begin towards implementing this type of system with their business? I'm sure we could all answer that in our own way, but unless we're in that position, we really don't know. And if it were as easy as I make it seem, or whoever makes it seem, um, all CFOs would be doing this. So again, I think it looks different. The picture is different for each company and each CFO and each business operation. But I think the question really is how do they find where do they start in terms of finding what their picture is, or overall picture is, so that they can find out what agile finance looks like for them in their business. And then one thing I'd like to again, I think I put it all in the last paragraph I just said, but is there only one way to achieve agility finance or agile finance? um, if I was an expert, I would not being the expert myself, I would say probably not. But I think it looks different in every picture, but that is something I would like to know more about. And into my conclusion, like I said in the beginning, my topic was agile finance strategy. It is a desired function that I would say all companies are striving towards. I would say that I wouldn't say that any are not. But as a theory or as a strategy, it tends to be more effective and dynamic in the finance and business realm. It shows us that we have to continuously improve. It's data driven, it's very factual driven. We got to collaborate cross functional arena and be flexible when it comes to budgeting and forecasting, and then automation, always improving automation to better streamline tasks. And here's my references. If there are any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. I know that we'll be doing our um, in-class interviews come exam day. I will not be there, but I will be looking forward to hearing you all speak and for my questions in class um, come exam day. Thank you.